Peace, love, and light. Healing through inspiration. Beautiful day, great day for opportunity. Feathers up. We're not just talking, we're actually living it. God damn, y'all. I'm feeling it, man. I'm freaking feeling it, man. Holy smokes. I need to put some oil in my hair, but I just had to get the heck outside. Man. I couldn't do it anymore. I don't even know. It's like, man, I can't do it anymore. Like, I got too much. I'm too angry right now. Like, I'm just so angry. I'm so freaking angry, man. You know that? And as I just think about the stuff that the narcissist does. Sitting there trying to act like he's intelligent. You can tell, trying to see saying about the face muscles in someone's face. You're a freaking agitator. I mean, he said that before in the past, but he's just such an agitator. Like, can't stand him. I know you say no contact, but dog, I'm freaking working on that. I know that. I'll freaking leave. I'm not like, oh, should I? No, motherfucker. There's some other things that gotta be put into place. Nobody else wants to talk about that. Nobody wants to talk about that on YouTube, huh? Or these fake ass narcissistic channels. Puss ass motherfuckers. They talk about stupid ass. They be talking about endless stuff in loops. Never talk about solution-based oriented stuff. That's why a lot of them are just garbage. Nobody says that. They just talk in circles. They just freaking talking about in circles. No solution-based oriented. And you be in their comments and you be asking them, hey, how do you get out? You ask them actual solutions and they don't answer. They don't respond. They don't do videos on them. They don't do topics on them. What the frick can you coach somebody out of narcissism? Out of a narcissistic relationship with somebody? What the frick can you coach them out if you're not talking about solutions? If you haven't experienced it, if you're not even talking about your own experiences? Because what the frick? You people on there who want to talk about narcissism. How do we know you've been through it? How do we know? How do we know? You never said anything that you experienced. You never share them in your stories. Because you just reading from a book. You reading from a book or somebody who actually living it. You think you know? You don't know jack spit, motherfucker. Motherfuckers running their mouth, garbage ass channels. And they have large followings too. They got large. I'm like, what the frick? This motherfucker ain't talking about nothing. He ain't talking about no solution. She ain't talking about no solution. And that's another thing too with the she and stuff. And the he, like, they think a narcissist is always a male. I've had both narcissists. I'm narcissistic biological mother, narcissistic biological father. And I'm only staying with my biological father as of now, who's a narcissist. I'm going to reiterate that. And, like, they think all narcissists are he. Well, he's gonna, what the frick? We're really like determining this up to he? Just to he? That's it? He? Him? Like, that's the only thing that's a narcissist? There are a lot of narcissist males, but don't try to act like there isn't any narcissistic females. What the frick is that? And I guess in the DSM-5, because in the DSM-5, they say with narcissism, they say that, it's mostly males. They said it is mostly males. I'm like, okay, like, I do think there's a lot of males who are narcissists, most definitely. But it's like, shoot, yeah. I've even read, there's even studies that show this, for every one man, there's 8 women. Why the freaking most of them be narcissists then? No, nothing about these females? Nothing about these females, like, at all? And they say and there's even been more channels that say that more men are narcissists because of, what the frick? Because they have more control. They have more control of things, like, as far as because they control the income and whatnot. And I'm like, and I'm like, yo. I'm like, yeah, but there's like plenty of narcissistic females. I worked with them at a job. It was a gang of them. I was raised by one. My freaking biological mother. Evil bitch. Her mother freaking sister. Her mother freaking mother. That's her. grandma. You know, like, come on now. Like, just a gang of those motherfuckers. And another thing too, nobody talks about this, is the vernacular. The vernacular, when you're talking about narcissism. We're talking about vernacular is another word for vocabulary, people. I'm just saying because in case somebody don't know, it's all right. But look, like, I'm gonna say this: when you're talking, your words cast spells. Your words cast spells. As you're talking, like as I'm talking, I'm casting spells just to say something. Your words have power, like they literally do. They literally do. They literally freaking do. Like, so when you say my narcissist, you're saying that it's your narcissist, that's your possession, that they belong to you. Then that's kind of with that mindset. You're never going to get away from it. You're never going to get away from it. You're never going to strive to get away from it. And there are many channels out there that talk like that. My narcissist, man, how the frick are you able to teach somebody then? You're still claiming them as your possession. You don't owe the narcissist a lick, yo. You don't owe them a mother freaking lick, not a drop, not a grain of anything. Anything, nigga. Anything. Because they'll try to hold it over your head. They try to hold it over your head. Try to hold it over your head. Oh, what's this? Well, I did this for you. I did. Man, you see that? It's all opportunist, like negative opportunist tactics in order to say something, like to say they did something for you. Like, motherfucker. And like, get the frick out of here. They'll go out of their motherfucking way. Sit there, try to claim everything. The frick out of here. Freaking garbage ass bitches. But nobody likes to talk about that, huh? Nobody likes to talk. It's not yours. It's not yours. Say the narcissist. The narcissist. That it's not a part of you. It's not a part of you. You're bigger than that. You're bigger than that, huh? You're greater than that. Oh, and here's another thing. They don't want to talk about the root. They never want to talk about the root layer and the root cause of this stuff. Because there's people that get in narcissistic relationships, okay, and then they get another narcissistic relationship, and then they get another narcissistic relationship, and they get another. Like, what the frick, mother fricker? You haven't found out? Okay, if you haven't found out yet, but yet you got these YouTube channels and whatnot, and they're sitting there talking about. As far as, oh yeah, it's them, yeah, these narcissists, they're just, okay, motherfucker, but these motherfuckers, you're dating them. You're dating them. You're choosing to be in a relationship. And after that, because I can say this, after about 90 days, shoot, I'm outside, y'all, so I'm slapping these insects. They're trying to bite me, you know. After about 90 days, you know somebody. Believe it or not, 90 days, you know somebody. But the thing is for us who have encountered the abuse of the narcissism, we've been so much around it. And a part of the narcissism abuse, it gets you to question your own sanity. And that's abuse in itself. And really, a lot of people can't see that because it's psychological abuse. And I'm going to be bold enough to say this. Psychological abuse, I've said this on this channel. You guys seen the videos. I've said it. Psychological abuse is more damaging than physical abuse. It is. Because right now, if somebody is getting punched if you get punched in the face, punched in the eye, then you have a black eye. You can say, hey, so-and-so punched me in the eye. Say, what? They punched you in the eye? And then they could already see that you have a black eye. There's been damage done. There's been damage. But yeah, if you said, hey, someone is psychologically abusing me, they're sitting there saying this and always instigating something, instigating confrontation, and stewing up and trying to cause violence, and even saying demonizing things towards me. You know that, like, you know that. But it's like, I don't know the situation. I wasn't there. But if you say, hey, they hit me, and especially, come on now, if it's a man with a woman, like, come on, like, oh, he hit me. Like, that's the same thing my biological mother was always saying. She always lied and said, I hit her. This bitch was beating me. Bitch was slapping her. The bitch used to squeeze like my chin like this at her hair. I have a real close to her face. The bitch used to deliberately spit on me as she was talking. Deliberately. And she'd just keep doing it. saying any word, it didn't even make sense. Throw P in there so she could, or S in there to spit. Get the frick out of here, you bum ass bitch. Huh? You say something about, oh, that's your mom. She cares about you. Shoot, what? What the frick, nigga? Do you know this bitch, cuz? Do you know what goes on? How the frick are you gonna speak on that? How the frick are you gonna speak on that? I had teachers saying that, oh, your parents, they can, believe it or not, I remember my freaking science teacher, 7th grade. Was it Miss Heitch? Miss Heitch, your parents, they care about you. They may say anything, but you're the most caring thing that they care about. And I'm, the frick, how is this bitch gonna tell me? How you gonna make a sense? I could never at this stage, I'm not even as old, that bitch is older than me. I would never at this stage in my life ever say that to a group of freaking children, nigga. I swear to freaking gosh, I would not, my nigga. How the frick would you make such a large blanket statement and think it applies to you? And this is the motherfucking reason why I keep saying common sense is not common. Like, if people keep saying common sense isn't common. I'm saying about people who say common sense isn't common. Like, okay, then it cancels us out. If common sense is not common, there's left is only sense. It's only sense left. So that means it's not common. It doesn't exist. Everyone doesn't have the same experiences. Not everyone has the same upbringing. Not everybody has the same group. So I mean, if you can't say that, if you don't know that, how are you qualified to be a teacher? How are you qualified to be a teacher? What can you teach? You probably should be teaching science. You probably should be teaching science, if that case. But everything is, they like to say, everything is connected. So if you're going to speak on that, you need to speak about certain things. You need to speak about certain things. And I had another teacher. His name, Mr. Millard. That's another thing that Mr. and Mrs. Like that's another whatchamacallit, another word for that's actually slave talk. That's actually slave talk. Slavic, That's what. So that's why they call them that and stuff. They get you to call them that in school. Slave, Slavic, has to do with the Slavs. Those pertain to European regions. I'm not a European. I'm a full-blooded American, feathers up. But he said, with your parents, you probably think, oh, they don't know anything, and they don't. I'm like, I don't. I at times I kind of did listen to my parents. But they really didn't know. They're dumbasses, even with their degrees. Nobody speaks about that. People don't want to talk about the dumbasses with degrees. Do you know a degree, a diploma is a certificate of minimal achievement? You literally could print up a Word doc. Do a web search of a diploma. You can look it up and it'll be right there, cuz. That's what it looks like. Now, if someone gives you a diploma, a certificate of minimal achievement, all you have to do is a minimum and you got it, cuz. And you got it. And these people try to claim these people like they're intelligent. These claiming people are intelligent. Oh, and another thing about my biological mother, she's a social worker. The bitch has her doctorates. That bitch doesn't know anything. Like, as far as, like, she's not intelligent at all. Like, as far as she has awful people skills, a disingenuous bitch, narcissistic bitch. She has to be a center of attention. She's one of those people that try to act like one of their faults when they list the faults. It's like, oh, tries to make it like it's a compliment. She's so snobby. Tries to make herself everything about her. Like, what the frick, bitch? Just a fake ass bitch. Kissing pale ass too. Get the frick out of here, bitch. Getting sick and tired of it. If I know these honkies don't like me, man, F they ass. What? I'm gonna say it like that. Get the frick out of here. And that's another reason why too, with us as the American species, we have right now we have the highest rate of us not going to school. Or we're dropping out. That's because where knowledge is really coming into play. There's a turning point. There really is a turning point. There really is. There really is a turning point. Shoot, frick that. There really is a turning point. And there's even people with doctorates telling American youth not to go to school. Who? Dr. Claude Anderson. Go do your research. Go do your research. Please. 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 My dog right there. Golly. I hope I'm not getting lit up. Probably should have put on pants. but I just had to come out and say this to y'all. Cause like I said, I was feeling I had to get the heck up out of here. I still got to do that as a whole, you dig? But shoot, like, yeah, come on now, like, this bitch is a social worker. And you know what, too? I had a coach. I had a coach, and he told me that he said, I think your mother is a narcissist. And I looked up narcissism, and she's a social worker. She doesn't know. I went through her books. I went through books and stuff that she had, and I was even doing research on narcissism, and it was a fit the right description of her. They wrote about her without putting her name in there. Shoot, cuz. I wish. Yeah, I'm gonna hit the stroll for sure. And it was like, and I even said it to my biological father, like, she's a narcissist. She's a narcissist. And he's like, oh, okay. He could care less. The bitch ass Negroid could care less. Where you at, dog? You straight? Hey. Don't be going down the street, please. Okay, I see Lee's moving. So then he's like, oh, so then he's like, oh, I'm telling, she's a narcissist, because he kept trying to get me to stay with this bitch, because they gave me the option to go stay with my auntie. I was just gonna stay with my auntie, but she said she don't do it. Dogs, even this little thing. He's only 18 pounds. You wouldn't know he was here, because this is how quiet he is. I know, right? And I guess she doesn't do dogs, even though she won't let me stay. Whatever. Frick that. Yeah, I just guess I gotta use it as fuel. Gotta use it as fuel to go harder. Even though she did look out, I'm not gonna lie and say that she didn't look out, but hey. If I knew somebody was going through this, and especially I was related to them, and they're young, I'd be like, man, get your ass over here, you're never going back with them. That's how I do it. But I guess you gotta be the change you wanna see in this world. Guess you gotta be the change you wanna see in this world. Shoot, man, these channels. But yeah, man, these narcissist channels, like, they're just talking, and I think it's another thing too. They want to talk about like, people who talk about these narcissist channels, they just want to put out their degrees and stuff, and they just think they know and they're so qualified. My biological mother was a narcissist, and a lot of them, like, a lot of people even said this. I'm not even making this up, but they don't even, like, the social workers, they don't know. They don't freaking know. They haven't gone through this. And they do is just reading for them, but it's like, okay. And I do encourage knowledge. I'm a big book reader. Ask anybody who knows me. I'm always reading a book. I'm always reading books. Always striving for information. My business is based off of acquiring information. Come on now. So, but they just don't know, like, they just don't freaking know. And another thing too is, like, with the information, it's like too, they act like, pardon me. They just really, if you want to get social work, I just say this: you need to be interviewing them. You need to be asking them what if they have experience with narcissism. You need to be interviewing them. They need to be like, it's almost as if it's, I don't know, maybe they're doing you a favor or something, because some of them act like they're doing you a favor and they're just nonchalant and just really could care less. They need to have some feedback. They need to provide some feedback. They need to be able to speak and talk like. Because I know my biological mother was a social worker. She wouldn't express herself. She would not express herself like, let me get this right. She would not express herself to the point as far as how things were going and as far as doings. Another day too, like, since of course that would probably be the reason because she's a narcissist. She would I always wanted to know. The narcissists always want to know what's on your mind. What are you thinking? What are you thinking? What are you thinking? What are you? Oh, that was even her sister. The bitch wanted to know what was on my mind. They always want to know what's on your mind so they could control you. Part of the reason why I said I was angry about this stuff right here. I was angry today